Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. What's better than getting one Evo for content? Two. And what's better than paying straight up coins for that new evolution? Crafting it through an SBC, making it virtually free. Cracked Evos are the topic of discussion once again in FC26 after yesterday's content as Trophy Titans keeps on cooking. And this very best Evo is an absolute chain maker. We're going to talk about that today. And even though content might slow down on Monday today, the market is not slowing down. After the big drop that we had into the weekend on player prices across the board, player prices now are moving really great, and there's plenty of opportunities out there to trade and invest on all budgets. We're going to make some risk-free investments today and talk about some ways you can make coins when you sit down on the game. Let's discuss. If you're excited for this one, drop a thumbs up with the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now let's get started by diving back into yesterday's Sunday content, starting in objectives with the Neuer the wall objective. We knew this card was coming in objectives, and here he finally is. He gets a Trophy Titans-esque dynamic image as well, holding the Bundesliga trophy. Is that EA throwing some hints out that he may be an icon or a hero in the future? Who knows? But this card is really, really good, and it's not that hard to get him done. It's just a good bit of games. Great stats, great playstyles. He's only missing one goalkeeper playstyle, and that is cross-claimer, and that might be the least useful of all the goalkeeper playstyles, if we're being honest. He has the very important footwork and the most important far reach plus, also with the 1v1 close down, even has precision header. If you want to try to score a header with him to emulate a header goal Neuer has scored in the past. 50 matches is what this takes though, conceding 2 or less goals, and that seems like a lot, but also you really don't have to try to get this objective done. As you're just playing your normal games and live events, champs, and rivals, even squad battles, conceding 2 goals or less is not that easy, but I think you're going to get it done over time, and that is a really good card to collect. I was hoping that EA would upgrade the reaction stat on this card because they've been doing that with a lot of goalkeepers, specifically with Neuer, who's got 83 reactions on his base gold card and his 86 rated special. I was hoping maybe like a +5 or something into the high 80s or maybe even over 90, but we did not get a boost here, and that was one of the things I was hoping to see because they even upgraded the goalkeeper reaction stat on Angerer in this current promo team of Trophy Titans, and her card is up to like 93 or something like that in reactions. Crazy high. Anyways, that's a good Neuer card. That's good fun. I do want to mention this because Foot Sheriff literally just tweeted this minutes before I started recording this video. I guess the Switch account glitch is back. If you guys have not heard about this before, there was a glitch maybe a month ago now that was going around that people were using to glitch wins in Weekend League and Rivals and get through some of the live events, and I do believe it ended with some people getting their accounts banned, because especially if you use a gameplay glitch that gives you a win in competitive modes, usually you get a ban. So I'm not endorsing this in any way. I'm just talking about this because it just popped up, and really you're not going for the wins with Neuer. So I don't know exactly if this is going to result in bans, but there is some sort of Switch account glitch, which you can see on Foot Sheriff's tweet here, where you can get Neuer done quicker if that is your goal. I've also heard of people getting Evos done with that method, but now that it's been tweeted out and it's gaining some traction, it's probably going to be shut down here pretty soon. I thought it was already shut down, but I guess that's not the case. Now, let's go to Evos, where we had one half of our Evo content released yesterday. We had a nice Max 87, which is low. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on. Max 87, what a hit evolution. I love the little write-up here. Oh yeah, BOT, what a hit, son, what a hit. Just a funny line and a good boost for an Ericsson card that it shows here, who I've already evoed, but a very good boost for a Max 87 center mid. I've got a card in my club that I'm looking forward to boosting with this Evo. It gives the Incisive Plus playstyle and Power Shot Plus, of course with the big shooting boost, but it gives good base playstyles as well. Tiki Taka, Pinged Pass, Intercept, and Power Shot base if you don't have that, but it's a stat upgrade, guys, and only going to 89 rated. This is a gem. I've got one specific card primed for this one, and no, it's not Vieira because I'm making Vieira center back, although this card looks disgusting, if I am being honest. That is a crazy looking card, and I'm so tempted to put him in there, but I'm making him a center back, and he can't go in this one. I'm going to put in Berhalter into this. His Showdown card, which I packed from that Rewind player pick from just a few weeks back. He's going to have Tiki and Incisive and get a nice overall boost. Actually, I'm just going to commit to it right here. Take him to an 89 rated, give him some good play styles, and we will have ourselves a nice USA Evo. So you can take a look at Footbin here real quick and see there are a lot of nice cards coming out of that Evo yesterday. Marcus Llorente, if you still got his card from earlier on in the year, I believe that was a Gauntlet reward. Santi Cazorla. I know the only problem with this Evo is it's max 87, and at this stage, I feel like if you haven't, I have used up all of my 87 rated cards that I'm looking to Evo, or at least most of them. And that's why I hope that today's Evo content on Monday continues to level up for maybe those like cheaper, more chain type of Evos. Max 88 is kind of where we need to be for the minimum on Evos nowadays. Now, let's go to SBCs where we had another showdown, another day, another showdown. We've got PSG and Liverpool, starting with the Konate card for Liverpool. Anticipate an Aerial Fortress Plus. Not often have we seen a card this year with Aerial Fortress Plus. I don't think it's very usable, and I don't know why EA put it on this Konate card here. Other than that, it is a very good card. Now, I will say, between Dro and Konate, I think Dro looks like the better card. I think he also is the better price. The situation with this showdown is, when we normally get a release of a showdown, you have two SBCs that are about the same price. This is the exact opposite. Dro is only about 50,000 coins to complete, and Konate is 127,000 coins. What in the Premier League tax is going on here? I'm probably going to get Dro done just because he's cheaper. And like I said, I'm trying to do a showdown from almost each of the games happening this week to have some skin in the game between either Madrid and Bayern, and then also Liverpool and PSG, since those are huge Champions League matches happening later on this week. So if there's a card that you like, if you're a Liverpool fan, you're doing Konate. I understand that. Both of these cards are going to look crazy with a +2 if they win. Even a +1 would be fine as well. Now, the good downside to this is they're 89 rated and they have good stats. So future Evo potential if they do not get any upgrades. So that is the one saving grace that these cards have if they don't get upgraded. So make sure to craft those next couple days if you want to have some action for Road to the Final and Champions League this week. And we've also got a new Trophy Titans Hero SBC, Michel Salgado Rapid Plus. That is the playstyle plus that kind of puts me off to this card. If you had Quick Step Plus or maybe Bruiser Plus, I would maybe be there, but I just don't know for the price of this SBC if it's worth 8 squads of my fodder, which actually isn't that expensive. 221,000 coins. 88 is the maximum rated squad here. Like, in all reality, with how cheap fodder is these days, again, a constant problem on this game, figuring out how EA are going to price SBCs because of the prices of fodder. Like, this is not a bad card. It's really not. It's really not, but it's just maybe not good enough for me. You can see he's 84% downvoted on Footbin as well. So if this is a guy that you want to use for the dynamic pick, that you can see his face like in the mirror of the trophy, like in that's sick. That's sick. The Champions League trophy, you see his face from that angle. Kind of a cool dynamic image there. If that's one that's emotional for you, then I think you go ahead and get it done. But if it's not for somebody like me, that's just one that I have to escape with other SBCs that are out. Now, yesterday, of course, we talked about it. The icon pack that we were expecting was released as well. 88 plus Encore icon upgrade. And I don't think EA made this cheaper at all. It's an 85, 286, 287, and an 88 rated squad with like 3 informs required, maybe 4 informs required in this SBC. So that's coming in at 175,000 coins. And yeah, I mentioned yesterday I might be interested in trying an icon pack. That's out the window now with good Showdown SBCs that we have to get involved with, and the new Evo SBC that we had yesterday. It just feels way more worth my time and fodder to go into a player SBC right now, especially with some of the live cards and upgrading potential cards that are out, instead of just risking it all for an icon pack, especially when they're coming in at that price. Now, speaking of icon packs, you guys know whenever they drop, fodder moves on the market. And that's what I want to look at really quick. As we talked about in yesterday's video, if you got involved during the Squad Battle Rewards every single week, like clockwork, Squad Battle Rewards makes fodder drop, and it creates really good buying opportunities. 88s were down at 3.4K. What are they now? Back up at 4. 89s, I believe, dropped a bit yesterday during rewards too, and they're still kind of down. They're at about 6.7K. I think yesterday after rewards, they were down at 6.4, so not up a whole bunch. But if you got foddered yesterday during that time frame, just keep holding on. It should rise into the week. But guys, most of the fodder market right now is just in the mud. Like, look, 87s are 2.7K. 85s are 1.4. Could you buy 85s this week? Again, 2 weeks ago, we had crazy rises. They went from like 2K to 4K. Maybe for like 1,200 to 1,300 coins, 85s could be a buy, but I'm having way more fun trading in other areas of the market than fodder. Now, I will say our favorite fodder investment, those team of the weeks, is still looking prime. I'm liking under 12,000 coins, preferably 11,750 or 11.51 bid. Stock up on those, fill up your transfer list, put some in the club because there's a lot of SBCs that require informs now. And with Trophy Titans continuing and daily SBCs continuing, look like there's going to be more of that in this next week and the week after. And of course, we're investing in informs for the long term as well. If you don't want to sell them right away this week and make the quick flips out of it, like hopefully we see informs going from 11,000 coins up to maybe 15K this week. That would be the goal. If we don't see that, you can at least hold for the future when we should hopefully see these cards go even higher in price. So that's kind of the team of the week investment that's still there, but that's the fodder roundup on the market. Let's look at the last big SBC from yesterday, and that would be the very big Evo, right? The very best Evo. Sorry, it is a big Evo, and it's an SBCs. This was leaked before content yesterday, and usually when we see an Evo leak, we're like, oh, it's going to be, in the Evo tab. But EA dropped it in SBCs, and I like it because it's different. The cards people are creating with this, by the way, incredible. I've already started the SBC. We're going to get it done here very soon, and I like it because it's craftable, guys. This Evo, technically, as an SBC, is coming in at a cost of 67K. But, I think the cards that you're creating from this, and as we take a look at some of the chains here in a second, you're going to see that is well worth the small price of this evolution, specifically for one of the craziest cards coming out of this Evo, that is Oscar Bob. Now, I'm getting a bit ahead of ourselves here. Let's look at the actual Evo itself. It is a max 88 right wing Evo, max 93 pace, 10 playstyles, 2 playstyle pluses. And guys, you look at the stat boost from this. That's the key. You're going finishing up to 93 reactions. Sorry, not reactions. Acceleration up to 93. I'm sure reactions get boosted in here. Composure up to 91. You got finesse shot, sprint speed. It's the stats, man. It is the stats going above 90. Not even just to 90, even 92 curve. Again, the 93 that we saw in that first slide there. You got balance up to 92, dribbling up to 93, reactions only to 89, but agility to 92 as well. It's creating cards with 92s, 3s, and 94 stats. They're you could almost argue team of the season level cards. This Mohamed Kudus is probably going to be the guy for me. Now, you see that 92 passing there. We've got an Evo that is in objectives called Passing Pulse that gives passing up to 92. So that's what's making some of these cards look uber crazy, especially if you're going to use this Evo to create a center attacking mid. Kudus doesn't have cam position, but if he did, maybe need a different playstyle or two, but if he had cam position, this would be a perfect Evo to kind of view in that way. Or if this Di Maria had cam position, or if you want to Evo Messi, obviously that's going to be a great card to play at cam with the playstyles that he already has. Gio Reyna is one that I'm considering for this because he can play cam as well. Don't know if I want the quick step in Tiki, but really good card otherwise. I think my guy Kudus is going to be the one for this. But this Oscar Bob, even this Harry Wilson, remember when we talked about buying this Harry Wilson card a couple of weeks back, guys? He has gone all the way up to max price 37,000 coins because of this Evo. A lot of cards have, and that's just another sign that it's a great Evo. Oscar Bob, fantasy was 23,000 coins, max price now at 30K because of this chain. Look at that footbin rating, 97.3 footbin rating there. It's the top Evo on footbin if you want to go check it out. Semenyo, player of the month, who just expired recently because we got the Bruno to replace him, looks really, really good in this as well with the huge boost there. Going to 5-star because he already had the weak foot, and this Evo does give 5-star skills. Claudia Pina fits in this Evo, gets the quick step plus, goes to 92 pace. There's yet again another Claudia Pina Evo if you still have that card there. And then, guys, some of the other chains as well from lower rated players, what is this? It might be expired, sure, but there's some crazy Evo chains that you're going to see, and maybe some of you guys are creating because of this Evo right here. Wanyeri, you got a Lise, you got a Quaresma, Pedro Neto, the Inform. That's a 95.8 footbin rating. This Evo, even though it's only max 88, the stat boost that it gives, unbelievable. Get within 9 days for this Evo here. That's one thing to make sure of as well. Does the SBC expire before then? Because sometimes with these SBC Evos situations, they'll have the SBC expire after. Yeah, okay, so the SBC expires before the Evo, which is good. You got to make sure you get this done in the next week before that goes away, but then you still have a couple of days to get it done. So just phenomenal stuff there for an Evo yesterday. GG's EA for making it a bit different as well, kind of dropping 2 Evos at the exact same time. Daily Evos and daily SBC is kind of combined there to create a content piece altogether. Now, let's take a look at the market. Like I wanted to talk about today, the Trophy Titans cards are fantastic to trade with. Also, never doubt star performers. We bought Bajrak Tarevich at 119,000 coins, bought 2 of them, sold one at 197. He literally went out of packs yesterday, and he's already gone up this much. But as you can see here, we have got a couple of Trophy Titans investments. I wouldn't really call them investments, though. They're just trades. Guys, these cards yesterday, after dropping off a ton on Saturday, didn't move a whole lot. They didn't move a whole lot. Take a look at Nesta, right? He was 125, absolute lowest, early Sunday morning. Went up to 148, kind of stayed between 130 and 140 all day long. He's still in that range. And that's how a lot of these cards moved yesterday, which means it is fantastic to trade with them with the lazy sales. The lazy sales. We're talking about it once again, man. Yesterday, Shearer went from 45K up to 55. Here he is at 45,000 coins again. What would I do? I'd be buying this card at 44, 45,000 coins, listing him for 55 to 57K. I did that yesterday. I sold 4 cards all overnight. Easy peasy. The lazy selling method that we've been talking about for the past 2 days on these cards is fan-freaking-tastic. It's still working like hotcakes for the cheaper, like lesser expensive cards that people are just wanting to buy and try out. Sol Campbell is one of the best cards for this. Of course, you've got players, even like the little bro Puyol and the little bro Nesta that you can probably lazy sell for a few thousand coins over where they're at in the market. And they shouldn't move that much in price today, like these cards, that you have to be worried. Like on Saturday, of course, they crashed and all the cards dropped. And it was like, oh my goodness, if you had bought a card and you were trying to lazy list it, then you just felt like you lost a bunch of coins. Their prices should be a lot more stable now. I don't know if I would say they're not going to drop. They absolutely could drop a little bit more. I think Monday night tonight with the end of Foot Champs rewards would kind of be your last window of opportunity, but also your last chance of these cards would drop to buy them as well. It could be a little bit different than other weeks that we've had. If you guys remember last week with Road to the Final, the cards kept dropping into the latter part of the week, but that was also because we had a lot of hype for Trophy Titans, and it's a bit different now going into a second week of this promo. We kind of know what to expect. We've had a first week that was hype. Is the second week going to be able to top it? I mean, it's probably going to be hard for that to happen. So I think trading with these Trophy Titans is a very good thing. Also, if you just want to buy one, play Weekend League with it and pick it up for your team, prices should be a lot safer now, and they should not move as much as they did over the weekend. So those cards are fantastic to trade with. Their fluctuations are absolutely great, but also so is the out-of-packs cards. I forgot to mention the heroes here really quick. I just bought a Fernando Morientes for 410,000 coins. I just picked up a Ramirez for 1.4 mil. So you can also trade with the more expensive ones. They're moving great. They're fluctuating fantastically. People want to trade with them, but so are out-of-packs cards. I've been trading with the Jude Bellingham Answer the Call card, right? That's a card that a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people are buying, but it's moving on the market pretty good. Same thing with Road to the Finals. Like, guys, just the market is a totally different place than it was on Friday night and Saturday. We had the huge drop-off, the huge crash, and now we have prices that are, like, moving back up again. Like, Adeyemi's back at 400,000 coins. This Bellingham, again, I just bought him for 2 mil flat. He's back up to 2.3 million coins. Javi Simons is 200K, so not everything is moving up, but even yesterday, he was 200K flat, peaked at 226, went down to 200K flat now again. Maybe he goes up to 220 again today. That's 10,000 coins per card. And guys, Foot birthdays too. Like, if you want to make coins right now, just get on bids for everything and anything. Look at fantasy cards, look at Road to the Final cards that are out of packs, because their prices are moving very good, and they're not like dropping. They're kind of moving up, and then the fluctuations are still really, really good for them. I'm looking at these Foot birthdays because I'm noticing their prices are starting to moving after a whole lot of supply on Thursday and Friday from the level 13 player picks that people were getting and unlocking, but now they're starting to move up. I picked up a Claudia Pina here for 1.1 mil. Crazy, crazy low. The expensive cards are a bit more risky. The cheaper cards, like Ugo Ekitike, Bastoni, Aubameyang, Karchawi, like those sorts of players, under 150 to 200,000 coins, Those are so good to trade with. Like, look at this graph, right? Pfeiffer's 92K. This is what I'm seeing. They tanked, right? She was 69K on Saturday. All day yesterday, 67K. Even yesterday that was 2 days ago. Saturday, 69K. Sunday, 70K. And then prices really rose yesterday. I'm hoping that there's maybe another small dip today on Monday around the content drop time, and then they just keep rising as they did last week. Because last week, we didn't have any store pack supply. We just had the level 13 player pick, and they started moving up. When we get the next big release of SP, probably that would be on Thursday again this week, those cards could come back down again. But if they do that same trend, drop on Friday night into Saturday and rise until Thursday again, we will be there and sell them on Thursday before we get more SP. So that'd be the only thing that I'd be watching in relation to those FUT birthday cards, is how much SP we get. But for right now, I'm treating them as really good trades, watching them on the market for sure, trying to get some deals. And again, guys, out-of-pack specials. Out-of-pack specials, I don't know how many times did they say it, but it is the way to make coins right now. Market's moving very good. If you put in a little bit of effort, it goes a long way to making some coins. Now, let's talk about today's content on Monday. Unfortunately, it is not a gauntlet week this week. Of course, if you haven't finished the gauntlet, it is going to be expiring today, the last week's gauntlet, Ultimate Gauntlet 14. Couple more hours to get that done if that's interesting to you. I don't think we're going to have any crazy live events this week. We still have the Legendary Legacy that is here. As you can see here, we've got a few days. On Thursday, we'll get the World Tour Silver Superstars League. We've got a new cup that is upcoming for Friday, Iconic Excellence, and we have a surprise Red Bull Mystery Ball, another branded activation from EA. This is not that big of a surprise because it was on their pitch notes article, website article about Trophy Titans. I guess it wasn't a pitch notes technically. They said that this was going to happen. It's Mystery Ball and it's short matches, so we'll have to see what the rewards are for this. But that's going to be coming out tomorrow on Tuesday, so that'll be something that we can get involved with during the week this week. But other than that, it might be a bit of a slower day for content. Like, let's be honest, right? Last week with Monday, Gauntlet carried the content for the day, but we do get daily Evos and daily SBCs. Now, like I said when we were talking about Evos earlier, these chain evolutions that we get more so during the week, like we don't get 100K or 65K Evos every single day. When they're dropping daily evolutions, think back to FUT Birthday, we had some really good chain evolutions, right? Don't boost the overall of the card, boost the singular stat. Sometimes they're 10 or 20 times repeatable. I'm all for those. Absolutely love them. Like this over-the-top Evo that's now expired that I can't put anybody into now that is still showing here for me. But like an Evo like this, if we get one of those today, it needs to be max 88 because the max 87 stuff should be long gone, or, you know, we've had a couple of them in the last few days, but really it should be 88 plus now for those sorts of Evos. Even if they give like smaller boost or some sort of small boost that doesn't like boost the card up too crazy, maybe the capped stat for the Evo, for the 20 times repeatable Evo that may be coming out today, tomorrow, this week is good. Like, just make it max 88. Let us get that 88 level Evoing again, because man, max 87s, I feel like most of us have probably run out of a lot of those cards unless you're doing some pretty crazy chains still on a lower rated player. So daily Evo, we're expecting something there today. Nothing known as of right now. Could be leaked before content as always. And then daily SBC. What we're really thinking we're going to get is our Europa League showdown between Pietsuski and Andoi for the Europa League game happening on Thursday. So also this is a good shout to remember to complete Gonzalo or Stanisic. You've got 1 day left to get those SBCs done before that game on Tuesday. And yeah, Rick, really other than that, there could be a moment's SBC. We got Ford, we got Wijnaldum still that have not been released. We've got Kanu as well. Those are definite options that could be today, but it's probably going to be a bit of a quieter day. Good day to catch up on some things or just get active on the market. And of course, there was a lot released over the weekend, so catching up may be the highest priority for me. I got to play FUT Champs today and make sure I get into some Evos before some Evos that are expiring today go away. Like the right wing Evo after Robin from last week from Answer the Call. That one's expiring today, so make sure you get that one done. Also, the 80-plus player picks and the 79-plus player picks are expiring today, so something is definitely going to replace those. Maybe the 80-plus picks once again, and another 80 plus pick, like the 5 of 10, 80 plus. We'll just have to see. I'm going to quick rip the 83 14s to end the video today. Zanetti that we pack pulled yesterday, I actually got him again from one of the daily 85 by 3s on the Companion app luck OP. Let's see if we see Trophy Titans in any of these. Again, if you see the walkout, it's kind of like, yep, I'm skipping it because the Trophy Titans do not actually walk out. They kind of walk out, but the animation is weird, right? We've known that now for them being in packs last few days. Last one here. No juice today. All right, well, we're going to try to change our luck today on stream. I'm excited to get back on the stream after the weekend off and get moving on some gameplay, get in some evos, and see what we can conjure up on the market for some profits as well, because prices do be moving. You know what? We got 2 more packs. 86 by 2. Dang, man, really? I used up all my Trophy Titans luck or all my pack luck during Answer the Call with Conte and some of the other polls that we had. Yeah, my pack luck's been used up. All right, one more. 84 by 5. This one's tradable. Yeah, Pina, that was the other card that I used my pack luck on. Packing or tradable as a FUT birthday. So, all right, Ripsky there on those packs, but it is what it is. We'll be crafting for sure today, and I got to open a few more packs so that I can do my dailies before content. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the stream today on Monday. Hope you had a good weekend with the holiday and everything going on, and I will catch you in the stream today on Monday. We're back at it. Trophy Titans Team 1. There's more of these cards that we need to pack. If you enjoyed this one, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the stream today. It's been Nate, TheFutAccountant. Have a great one. Peace out.